Hey guys, I'm going to walk you through how to use TQE's brand new game script tool. The idea behind this tool is really to understand where the ball was going in certain situations. Does a quarterback's yardage all come in garbage time? Is a player just positive game script or negative game script dependent? A great example of how we can use this. So if I take scoring from 8 to minus 50, this means all negative game scripts and neutral situations. I can see where the ball is going, how a quarterback's done. So if I look at the running back for the Bears, I can get a sense of Tariq Cohen's number of touches, 74 rush attempts, 71 targets. And on the season, overall, in situations, he had 99 rush attempts and 91 targets. So we see just how much of his production came in negative and neutral game script. Again, neutral game script is anything between 0 and 8 points. It really allows us for, once we start telling ourselves a story of how a game might go, for example, Bears-Packers in week 1, Bears are 3-point favorites. It's a situation where there's probably a lot of, neutral or negative game script for the Bears. They probably don't win this game by more than 8. They don't run away with it. It's a situation where Tariq Cohen might be a really strong play. We can see wide receivers in negative situations when a team is down by 10 or more for, let's just say, the Oakland Raiders. Now, obviously, they have Antonio Brown this year, so it might look a little bit different. But we might get a sense that, certain guys really perform much better in garbage time. Now, not necessarily going to happen every time, but we can get a sense. We can look at the target share, the team total targets in this situation, receiving touchdowns, receiving yards, targets, receptions. I can switch it up by tight ends. See that Jared Cook saw 19% target share when they were down by 10 or more points. Maybe they're playing the Chiefs this week, and we understand that, once they get down big, Carr tends to like to look to Jared Cook. There's a lot of situations here that you can play around with. This is the scoring margin. This is the quarter. Maybe I just want to see how guys have been performing in the second half of games. This is the down and distance. I can see, if I just want to have some fun content, which running back has the most receptions on third down this past season, and it was Ezekiel Elliott. Would not have guessed that, but it was Ezekiel Elliott. Even Duke Johnson, look at that, 21st in the NFL on third and fourth down receptions. Obviously, now on the Texans, not the Browns. This will be their 2018 data. If I change it to 2017 or 2016, the teams can potentially change if the guy was on a different team that year. And then distance is how far to go. If I want to rule out, third and 20 plus plays from statistics or 20 plus plays, because I think these are kind of fluke plays, offensive holding, defensive pass interference, they're not going to happen all that often. Who actually had the most situations like this? If we actually look at Barkley, when it was 20 or more, he averaged 19.8 yards per carry. That's pretty ridiculous. But really what we can do is we can select the year we want to do. We can select the position we want to see. We can select the team, whether it's an individual or all. The scoring margin, anywhere from 50 to negative 50. The quarter, first through fifth being overtime. Down, first through fourth, and distance, anything between 1 and 50 yards. And we get a data table understanding, the piece of the pie and what the player had, what piece of what the pie. So, it's a really fun tool. You can find a lot of fun stats. And once you're building those DFS lineups, it really allows you to tell yourself a story, say how you think the game's going to go, and build out from there.